Hey, what's going on, phone dogs? BoHT here. Now, the Galaxy S10 is going to be announced next month, and it's actually shaping up to be a much bigger upgrade than the S9 was to the S8. On February 20th at Samsung's Unpacked event, the phone is expected to make its debut, boasting non-existent bezels and a punch hole cutout-like notch for the front-facing cameras, among other features. This will be the first time the event will take place in San Francisco alongside a syndicated launch in London. And what's interesting is that it's taking place just days before the Mobile World Congress trade show kicks off in Barcelona. So we're expecting to see at least 3 Galaxy S10 variants announced on February 20th. There will be an entry-level 5.8-inch phone that could be called the S10 Lite or S10e, a standard 6.1-inch Galaxy S10, and a premium 6.4-inch Galaxy S10 Plus. I've read reports that the S10 Plus will support 5G, but those plans might be scrubbed or at least postponed, as 5G networks are still very much in their infancy right now. The Galaxy S10 Lite will feature a flat 5.8-inch display with 128 gigabytes of internal storage and a price of around $700. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S10 will come in 2 different storage models, 128 gigs and 512 gigabytes for $800 and about $900 respectively. And leading the pack will be the 6.4-inch Galaxy S10 Plus with 3 storage capacities, 128, 512, and 1 terabyte for $1,400. The S10 is expected to launch with the Snapdragon 855 chipset here in the US and will be the very first Samsung phone to use an in-screen fingerprint scanner. We're expecting an 855 chip to be paired with 8 gigabytes of RAM. We've seen a couple reports that suggest up to 12 gigs of RAM, but that just seems too excessive. So it's my guess we'll likely see it top out at 8 gigs. You never know, maybe we'll see 12. The standard S10 might have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and the S10 Lite might have 4. In addition to the different screen sizes, some of the hottest leaks suggest that there will be a camera cutout in the screen so that there won't be a big old notch hanging down on the top that will cut out a big, huge chunk of the top of the display. The Galaxy S10 Plus, I believe, is expected to feature 2 little camera cutouts in the display. So it will be a little bit more obtrusive, but hopefully the overall experience is better than the notch. We should also see a 19:9 aspect ratio and 1440 by 3040 resolution. So we may have 1 or 2 front-facing camera sensor cutouts on the front of the display, and there may be up to 3 rear-facing camera sensors, a normal 12 megapixel wide-angle sensor with 78-degree field of view, a 16 megapixel f1.9 ultra-wide-angle sensor with 123-degree field of view, and a 13 megapixel f2.4 telephoto sensor with a 45-degree field of view. As of right now, it's possible we'll just see the 3 camera setup on the S10 Plus, while the S10 Lite and regular S10 will have just 2 rear-facing camera sensors, a wide-angle sensor and a regular camera sensor, which is still technically a wide-angle, but it's not going to be as wide. We should see a bright night mode similar to the Pixel 3's low light mode that will make dark images much more bright and vibrant and more exposed. And we'll see portrait lighting effects similar to the iPhone XS and iPhone X. Other details include a 3.5mm headphone jack, glass back and metal frame, a 7.8mm thickness rising to about 9mm at the camera hump. Some of the rumored colors include white, black, green, and blue, while the S10 Lite could also come in yellow apparently. What's also kind of neat is that Samsung is rumored to include a screen protector with your purchase. And you know that Bixby button that nobody uses? Well, it should be much further below the power button on the S10 Plus, making it much harder to accidentally press, so that's very good. But apparently, the placement in the S10 and S10 Lite will be closer to the S9, which is no bueno in my opinion. I kind of wish Samsung would just give up on Bixby or at least allow users to natively remap the button in the settings. But hey, at least they're giving jobs to third-party app developers. Now, as for battery life, this standard S10 should feature a 3,500 milliamp hour battery cell. The S10 Lite could be 3,100 milliamp hours, and the S10 Plus could be about 4,000 milliamp hours. And if the rumored 5G Galaxy S10 variant is real, it could have a whopping 5,000 milliamp hour battery. At least that's based off the reports that I've read. Wireless charging, fast charging, those are all a given. Yeah. Last but not least, I do want to mention the software. So Samsung unveiled their new One UI software skin that will run on top of Android. They announced it, late 2018. It runs on top of Android Pie, and I see no reason why it wouldn't be running on the new Galaxy S10 variants. It supposedly removes a lot of clutter from the Samsung experience and makes things much cleaner overall. The settings app, for example, is simplified even more, and some of the settings are grouped together so that navigating the settings is much easier, apparently. Also, there's a new look to many of the stock apps to make them show only essential information. So with the new Samsung software skin, ultra premium hardware, and top of the line specifications, the new Galaxy S10 and all of its variants should be very appealing for those holding out on upgrading to the S9 or Note 9. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe if you're brand new, and let us know which feature you are most excited for in the new Galaxy S10 in a comment down below. Do keep in mind that everything I mentioned is based off of reputable leaks and rumors and is subject to change, but we should know the official Galaxy S10 on February 20th. I'm excited. All right, guys, I'll see you right back here in the next one. See ya.